I have to honestly say the rules for the evaluation that OneUp has made me a better trader by 10,000%. Prior to joining and being funded by OneUp, I had absolutely no interest in stop losses, in risk management. My entire universe just revolved around technical analysis. So I literally did not even know what a trailing stop loss was before OneUp trading. So thanks to the parameters that OneUp makes traders go through in the evaluation, I have become a million times better. And the holy grail, or at least one of the holy grails in trading, is multi-time frame analysis. Being able to look at different time frames and sort of get the whole story. I think often what happens with day traders and how they get into trouble is they're looking at a 1 minute chart and it looks bullish, so they get into the trade. 5 minutes in, it's showing a small profit. But then all of a sudden, the market just rips downwards. And it's because the larger time frame, the 1 hour, the 2 hour, the 4 hour, or even the day chart, was screaming resistance. So what I do now, it's blended. I don't want to say that I scalp or I, intraday swing trade. I'll do, or at least I'll try. I've also realized this myself. As a trader, you have to constantly evolve. There's no such thing as a static strategy that works. As a trader, you have to constantly be truthful with yourself, and change and evolve with how the market works. Now, what I like to do is I just like to kind of find myself in a very calm place, tell myself each day that the strategy I have, the entries I put on, each trade in and of itself may not work out according to the strategy I have, but over a series of trades, they will work out. So, point one, if the trade works against me, don't freak out, don't get too emotional. I think as traders, we spend so much time looking at charts and not enough time sort of looking a little bit more introspectively and trying to be realistic. And that's when we get into trouble, when we delete our stops. So it's such a holistic game that we play, where it's not just one thing. It's not just chart reading. It's not just tape reading. It's not just economic fundamental analysis. It's not just trade management. It's everything combined. So I think one of the most important things that we as traders can do is to enter each day with sort of a calm state of mind, and sort of with the mantra I like to sort of incorporate every day is that when I'm in a losing trade, just admit it or let my stop take me out. And if the stop does take me out, sort of to be happy or thankful that I didn't lose more money. And if I'm in a good trade, sort of vice versa, sort of get mad at myself for not, having taken a bigger profit. So trading is just such a psychological game that I think as humans, we have to do the opposite of what our emotions say. So long story short, start each trading day with a clear state of mind. I did, but I forgot to mention the support that I got from OneUp and the funding partner have been just spectacular. I mean, again, I didn't just jump into joining OneUp's evaluation when I heard about you guys. I did my research. And for all of you watching this video, if you do know anything about the whole history of these, these prop firms, the history of OneUp and the funding partner is extremely unique. I won't get into detail, but the history of the firm makes it so that they are probably one of the more legit companies out there, and it shows in the customer support, as well as the trader camaraderie. There's a chat room where traders will go back and forth, and everyone will post what they want, but at the end of the day, it shows that there's a large community of OneUp traders, and they're constantly trying to help each other, and the support that we get online is just amazing, and that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy being with OneUp. You guys are definitely one of the more transparent companies in my personal opinion, and you're very fair, and I think if traders are honest with themselves, they will realize that everything OneUp has incorporated into the evaluation, into the approval process, into being a funded trader, it will only make you a better trader. That's what the program is geared towards. That's one of the most important things. And one of the things that I really respect about the whole process is the consistency rule. There are other firms where you don't have a consistency, but it's sort of, hindsight is always 20/20. If you fail an evaluation or you have to do a reset, you might be mad, you might be angry, you might be upset with yourself, but in due time, you will realize that all of the rules that OneUp has incorporated into the evaluation makes you a more sound risk management trader. And that's definitely one of the things that I truly appreciate about the program that your company has.
Yeah.
I mean, I was allowed to trade my style. I was in constant email communication with them. The support was great, and for me, because I had experience with drawdowns as well as profits, the emotion wasn't there to the extent where it might have been with some of the more new beginner traders, but the support was always there. And the email time, I was really shocked at how quick the email responses were, and how detailed it were. But more than that, I think one of the things that really sets OneUp apart from the rest of the competition is that my bank, my profit withdrawals were literally sent to my bank account in minutes. I mean, literally in minutes. I was blown away. Altogether, I withdrew probably in excess of 12,000. Yeah, and I just can't say enough about how smooth the process was and how it felt. It felt so personal. The way they responded, the way they said, check your bank account. It was just one of those environments, I think, where they really wanted to see you succeed. Because at the end of the day, there's an 80-20 split. So the more money you make as a trader, they are also able to take out a 20% profit split. So it's only in your best interest OneUp and the funding partner, it's only in their best interest to see you do well, because at the end of the day, the more money you make, the more money they make. In a lot of the various chat rooms on Facebook, as well as the other social websites, I think one of the biggest reasons traders fail the evaluation and they get frustrated and they try to gamble is because they're so fixated on passing the evaluation in 15 days. In other words, they just want to pay once and then they want to get funded. My advice to them would be, don't try to pass the evaluation in 15 days. Take your time. You want to see your equity curve go slowly up. You don't want it to go like that, because that's not a healthy thing for a trader's equity curve. So the one advice I would give is, don't be so fixated on passing your evaluation in 1 month. Don't worry about that. Concentrate on managing your risk, and just trade sound. Don't gamble. If your maximum is 15 contracts, don't put on 15 contracts. On a day like today, if you put on the max contracts, you would blow out literally in a minute. So it doesn't make sense. The more you can have a slow equity curve and build up your confidence and know that you're trading the right way, then the great thing about that is that as a funded trader, you can do the same thing. There is no time limit as a funded trader. When you're a funded trader, you don't want to be making 10,000 in a day, because you're going to lose 15,000 the next day. What you want to do is you want to see a slow, consistent upward curve in your account balance. So that's the one piece of advice I would give to traders.